We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are whole. We are whole. We are whole.
Absolutely we are. Good morning, everyone. And my name is Chuck Fulner. I serve on the Board of Directors here at Unity of Louisville, and it is my honor and privilege to welcome you here this morning, including those of you who have gathered here in the sanctuary and those of you who are watching through live streaming and the magic of the internet. You are all welcome. I'm happy to say we have an all-star lineup today. Our ushers and greeters are the even-numbered month usher and greeter team. The far better team is what greeted you this morning. Susan is on the soundboard. See who else is here. Jimmy Wheeler is doing our meditation. Brocious. So we get two of the Reinhardts in today because her brother, Don Reinhardt, along with Phil, will be doing the song leading for us, which we very much appreciate. Our today's pianist is the wonderful and talented Judy Paulsmeyer. And we're in for a treat because our special music will be Sisters Essentree. It is our custom to begin in prayer, so if you would, please sit back, take a deep breath, and close your eyes and listen with your heart as I remind you of certain eternal truths, those being that the universe is calling. It sings its song of life and love through every fiber of your very being. You live in divine flow. You are in tune with substance, health, peace, and love. And you walk and you work in the very infinite process that turns everything, absolutely everything in your life toward good. For these eternal truths, let us express our gratitude by saying together, thank you, God. Thank you, God.
Thank you, God.
One more time. Thank you. And with zeal. Thank you, God. Okay. The other good news about today, the first Sunday in June, is that we are starting a new series based on the book Discover the Power Within, written by Eric Butterworth. That book and its companion, Calling, are the two seminal books written in the Unity tradition in the second half of the 20th century. If you haven't read them, please do, and make sure they're an important part of your spiritual library. You will not regret it at all. And speaking of no regrets, what do we got, Phil?
We are going to sing I'm Choosing Heaven Today, so please stand and join us. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing this today. I'm choosing bliss today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing this today. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing
today. I'm choosing life today. I am walking the road of heaven right now. Singing life today.
Key things to do when you're platforming is to admit your mistakes. I neglected to mention that Rev Ray Nelson, our senior minister, is doing today's talk called The Eternal Quest, and it will be part of this wonderful All-Star weekend. Okay, there we go. You can clap for him again. He's a good man. Okay. Some of the most important words we say from the platform every Sunday are, whoever you are, and wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. One of the ways we implement that is by greeting those people who went out of their way to join us for the very first time. So if you are here with us today for the very first time, if you would please raise your right hand as I am raising mine so that we might greet you. We have two here in the middle and one on the side. Our ushers are bringing you a packet of information about the Unity movement in general, if you'd leave your hands up, and Unity of Louisville in particular. And then there's a candle for you to take home. And if you would, every time you light that candle, remember that we said it here first. We recognize the Christ Spirit that lives inside you. And if you'll turn in the information sheet downstairs below, we have another gift for you. We are just a gift that keeps on giving. So, if you would please, let's welcome our first-time guests. Some people say that this is the best 2 minutes they spend every week, so let's get up and greet each other, but remember the rules. If you want a hug, put your arms out. If you see somebody put out their arm, shake it. If they put out their fist, bump it. But let's go. Let's greet each other. What's up, big guy?
I'm choosing heaven today. Joy. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of heaven. Joy today. I'm choosing life today. I'm choosing life today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing joy today.
James, who's on PowerPoint, is making his way back. And as soon as we're ready, we'll do today's affirmations. I give time for everybody to return to their seats. James, if you would put up the first one. We affirm, in our tradition, we affirm the things that we know that we already have and we know that we truly want. So today we're starting with to affirm one of our core values of inclusion. If you would please join with me in saying, I am beautiful in my own way. Let's do that a second time. I am beautiful in my own way. Thank you. James, would you pop the second one up, please? Very good. You are quick. Our generosity affirmation. Let's say it together. And this is all true, so let's mean it. I am an exuberant, joyful expression of spirit, participating fully in the
principle of generosity.
Let's see if I can remember what comes next. Okay. Next up, we'll begin the meditative portion of our service as Don leads us in singing the Lord's Prayer, after which there will be a moment of silence while our oneness blessers and many others greet and bless the congregation.
Our Creator, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever.
Good morning. The daily word, diversity. I appreciate the vastness and diversity in the world. As I walk through a garden blooming with spring flowers, I delight in the symphony of colors and fragrances. When I pause and look more closely, I see that no two blossoms are identical. I appreciate both the exquisite beauty of the garden and the unique contribution that each blossom offers. In the beautiful diversity of colors, shapes, and fragrances, I experience the beauty of God. As I grow in spiritual awareness, I recognize that the human family, even more magnificent than a spring garden, reflects the beauty and the glory of God. Each racial, cultural, and spiritual group within the human family adds richness to the human experience. Each person expresses the beauty of God in a unique way. Genesis 1:31. God saw everything that he had made, and indeed it was very good. Amen.
In the silence, there is a sacred place, a sacred meeting place. Love is there. In the silence, where every color blends and every rainbow peace of mind. In the silence, your path is paved in gold, and all your dreams unfold. Love is there. Peace is there. Truth is there. God is there.
Good morning. We're going to go into a silence right now. Let's take a breath. Breathe it. Breathe out. And know that is the collective breath of Spirit, God, within us. 5 minutes, we're going to just feel that. Know that about ourselves. Make sure you're in a comfortable space. Close your eyes if you wish. Hands in your lap. How good it is to know that indeed the universe is calling. That's God. That's love. That's complete understanding. Open your eyes when you're ready. Take that collective breath one more time. Let it out. Peace and light. Namaste.
Waiting in the quiet corners of my heart, God reminds me we can't be apart. No matter if I turn and walk away, God whispers, I'm here for you today. And I will love you with an everlasting love. I will meet you in the place you're dreaming of, deep within you, all around you. I am with you. I am love. When I'm finished seeking joy outside myself, I look within to learn all that I am. Within me lies the deepest mystery. God waits there, by name he calls to me. I will love you with an everlasting love. I will meet you in the place you're dreaming of, deep within you, all around you. I am with you. I am love. I journey on the road to find the secrets of my soul. Just what these powers within myself may be, I want to know. I cannot be content with less than God alone. I give my all to know the highest truth. Again, I ask the question, who am I? I listen, a voice tells me inside how I love you with an everlasting love. I will meet you in the place you're dreaming of, deep within you, all around you. I am with you. I am love, deep within you, all around you. I am with you. I am love. I am with you. I am love. You are love. We are love.
Did you guys read that one? Did you write that one? Yeah, okay. I love the fact that we got people write songs just for this service. So good morning. And If you listen to the song, so the talk title today is The Eternal Quest, and we are going to be doing a series on Discover the Power Within You by Eric Butterworth. And in The Eternal Quest, and if you listen to the song, I'm not going to remember the words. Maybe I'll just go over here and see if I can dig them out. Did you flip the pages? I cannot be content with less than God alone. I give all I know the highest truth. Again, I question, who am I? That's the eternal quest. That's the eternal quest that's been going on for millenniums. Since before time began, almost before time began, humanity has been searching. The early explorers, from the campfires sitting around in the Middle East or in the Far East, or as they expanded out, there was a search for the truth, the search for what's the meaning, what is Kentucky runny nose, so that search, our scientists, our researchers are all searching for those eternal questions, always seeking to find a deeper answer, that deeper truth, that eternal seeking. I think it was 7th or 8th grade, 1967, and for the life of me, I can't remember this teacher's name, but he changed my life. Introduced me to the Peace Corps, introduced me to a world that I didn't know outside my little farming community, but he introduced me to Star Trek. The beginning of Star Trek, as we our 5-year voyage to explore strange new worlds, to reach out. I can't remember the rest of them there. To reach out, to explore. That's the eternal quest. We're seekers. And yes, that quest so often has been out there. That quest has been out here. We'll go farther out. We'll explore the new territory. We'll go to the depths of the ocean and explore, try to understand. We'll explore the minutest understanding of an atom to the point where there's quarks. I just like the name quarks. I'll just say that. Quarks. It's exploring quarks. Exploring exploding nebulas and the innermost of the atom. And yet all of that will leave you dissatisfied. All of that will leave us lacking. Because what we're trying to do is make sense of life. And Eric Butterworth and me, I'll tag on to Eric Butterworth, says the truth, the thing that will set you free is not something external to you. The thing that will set you free is in here. I love Jerry last week said, it's not God in me. It's me in God. It's me understanding when I do that inner work that I discover that I am so intrinsically woven into the fabric of spirit itself that we can no longer be separate. And that illusion that somehow Jim is separate from me, that somehow Robert is separate from me, that illusion breaks down. Though our knowledge of the universe and technological advances certainly have remarkable effects on our lives and society, I had a friend who used to work for Cray Research. Cray Research was the first supercomputing company. Last time I was back in Minnesota, he pulled out his smartphone and he said, this little device is more powerful and has more capacity than the supercomputer I used to run. I have at my hand almost the entire history of the human race at the touch. And I can also watch cat videos. And yet, all of them seem to be bringing us any closer to happiness. Doesn't seem us bringing us any closer to being set in our place in the universe. I've been reading a lot as I was preparing for this, a couple months out. I've been reading a lot of mystics, not the how-to books. The experience, but here I go. I'm going to try and explain my mystical experience, and I'm going to try and tell you what can't be. So that's just really fun. But I've been reading a lot of them. Place, that inner knowing, that inner place that says, oh, all this stuff that I make out here is just a bunch of stuff I'm making up. That we're all one. God, I just got God bumps just thinking of that. And the interesting thing is, I believe that we all have those all the time. Listening to an interview with Rabbi Kirshner, who wrote the Things Happen to Good People, and he wrote a book on mysticism and the Kabbalah, and he says, but mine is not that the ceiling opens up and the Mormon Tabernacle Choir comes down and is singing to you. It's the everyday mystical experience, and we have them, but we don't know what to do with them. I was sitting on the side of a mountain in Colorado, overlooking one of the most majestic views I think I'd ever see, and all of a sudden, the entire universe. I saw the infinite. Goes back and went on with my camping trip. Didn't know what to do with it. People will always try to define it for you. So when someone tells me they have a born experience, then me trying to tell them what that born again experience means, I listen to what it means for them, instead of trying to define it and put it into a little box, to let it unfold for them. That's the eternal quest. The eternal quest that will actually bring us joy, that will bring us peace. There seems to be something missing when we continually look outside ourselves. There seems to be a sadness, a loneliness in the world right now. We're more connected than we've ever been through social media, and yet studies have shown this is the loneliest time in recorded history for people feeling isolated and separate from each other. All of our external seeking doesn't bring us there. Seems to be a fear and a longing for something more, a sense of brokenness and suffering. And paradoxically, I think that's okay. I actually think that's the good thing. When I know I'm broke, when I know I'm suffering, I open myself. I open myself for something new. I open myself for the possibilities that something will alleviate that. So many people come into this church, and they'll tell me, I'm not making it up, they'll just tell me, oh, I'm wounded, I'm broke. And then I see them begin to heal as they immerse themselves in the simple teachings and the simple principles. I don't even have to take anybody else's inventory. I came into this church, not this church, but, well, I probably came into this church too, to tell the truth. I came into my First Unity Church broken. I came in wounded and suffering, seeking that deeper truth that would help me make sense and give me tools to be able to move through life in a way that would uplift me and bring me peace and joy. And I found that. The quest we're on, whether we know it or not, is a spiritual quest, to find that ultimate meaning. And all religions actually have their root in that ultimate quest. Sometimes we get lost in the dogmas. We get lost in the creeds. We get lost in the structures. But when you separate out all the chaff from the wheat, at their core, their ultimate quest that they're seeking for us, all religions, is for us in that eternal seeking to find that place of truth, to find that place within us that says, I'm okay. I'm okay. I was reading Richard Rohr, who's a Franciscan monk, and he was this morning, I actually was reading him this morning, and he said, well, let's talk about prayer. He said, why do you need to pray if God knows everything before you pray? Why would you need to pray? He says, so let's dispel the myth. Prayer's not for God. This is a Franciscan monk. He says, prayer's not for God. God already knows what you need. Prayer's for you, to shift you. That prayer brings you into alignment away from your ego concerns, into your alignment with that ultimate meaning, that place of oneness with God. Probably my favorite mystic is Teilhard de Chardin. He said, to be completely at home and completely happy, there must be knowledge, and I say more than knowledge, it must be an experience, that something essential by nature exists to which everything else is no more than accessory. All this that we're experiencing, no matter how much we call it good, is all just an accessory to that deeper truth of the nature and the power of the divine. God, whatever name you want to call it, Spirit, Yahweh, Krishna, Buddha, it's all an accessory to that. We are immersed in that presence. We're immersed in the great ocean. I like the illusion that we are not a drop of water as the ocean. We're the wave in the ocean. You can't separate the wave from the ocean. You never confuse the wave with the ocean. The wave's not the totality of the ocean, but you can't separate us from that ocean. And one other thing from Teilhard de Chardin, and no matter our religion or beliefs, no matter how much we embrace or resist, there is an absolute direction of growth to which it is our duty and our happiness demand that we should conform. Life advances in that direction. And so much what I see going on these days is there's a resistance to that absolute pull because the ego has a fear of the unknown. It doesn't matter that you're looking at nirvana out. Ladies who are temporarily without permanent. I am really grateful for a bathroom. I am really grateful for a shower and a bathtub. I'm grateful for a very comfortable bed with my cats. I am grateful for my living room. I remember Robin tells me when she was growing up, she wrote for the first life. They didn't have running water. They didn't have a toilet in the house. They had a outhouse. And she's still, I think, the favorite room in the house for her is the toilet, is the bathroom. You know what I mean? It's just like, she'll just watch it. She said when she was a kid, when they first got their first toilet, is they would just flush it, and the kids would be just flushing the toilet and watching, and their water bill was like astronomical the first month because they're just, look at that, you know. I like our creature comforts, but none of that is going to bring us where we need to be. In a way, many of the spiritual teachers nowadays, there is a spiritual malady within us. There's a spiritual malady that's affecting the world. And it's undefined and we don't know what it is because we keep looking for answers in the wrong place. The place we're looking has never gone anywhere. It's always been right here. And I will tell you, seeking it is not for the faint-hearted. Because in seeking it, you come up against yourself and all your stories and all your shadows and all the beliefs and all the things that you come up against. Jesus in the Gospel of Thomas said, those who seek should not stop seeking until they find. When they find, they will be disturbed. When they are disturbed, they will marvel and reign over all. The problem is most people seek, they get disturbed, and then they run away. They stop. The disturbance creates the resistance, and so they cease going to it. One of my first spiritual teachers said, go towards the pain. Go towards the resistance. Go towards whatever it is you're resisting. So I had a teacher in seminary who we spent 18 weeks locked heads like two bull elephants butting heads against each other. Just not seeing eye to eye at all. And she was a professor, and I'm just obnoxious, I think, sometimes. Bullheaded, stubborn, and I knew there was something there for me. So I heard the voice of my teacher in my head. So when we had to do chapel talks, we had to get a faculty member be our advisor. So I went right to her office and said, hey, would you advise me on my 2 chapel talks and be my spiritual advisor? Because I knew there was something there for me. There was something I was resisting. We stop because we're disturbed and we're afraid. We're afraid to step into that darkness. We're afraid to step into that places of unknown. And the funny thing is in that shadow, there's nothing. There's nothing there. Turn on the light, and the darkness no longer exists. When you turn to it and you go into it, it takes away all the power. Takes away all that power. Go into the pain, you go into the fear, you go into the dread, you go into that wound, and that's the place. I'll be done on time for a change, so that'll probably make some people happy. I found a to edit this because I was fearful of what people might think. I'm too old. Spiritual transformation, be able to have your life transformed. That eternal quest is that quest to have that mystical experience, to have that spiritual transformation in which all this out here begins to make sense because you realized it's just a bunch of stuff I made up anyhow. And if I can look at it the right way, it's actually my gift. It's a gift that's going to keep on giving to me and that I can continue to grow into that. So as I quest within, I can learn to live without. And unity is as within, so without. So as my internal begins to align, my external begins to align. I love you. I bless you. I behold the living presence of God in you and offer you the eternal quest for your
the road of experience, I'm trying to find my own way. Sometimes I wish that I could fly away. When I think that I'm moving, suddenly things stand still. I'm afraid 'cause I think they always will. And I'm looking for space and to find out who I am. And I'm looking to know and understand. It's a sweet, sweet dream. Sometimes I'm almost there. Sometimes I fly like an eagle. And sometimes I'm deep in despair. All alone in the universe. Sometimes that's how it seems. I get lost in the sadness and the screams. Then I look to the center. Suddenly everything's clear. I find myself in the sunshine and my dreams. And I'm looking for space and to find out who I am. And I'm looking to know and understand. It's a sweet, sweet dream. Sometimes I'm almost there. Sometimes I fly like an eagle. And sometimes I'm deep in despair. On the road of experience, join in the living day. If there's an answer, it's just that way. When you're looking for space and to find out who you are. When you're looking to try and reach the stars. It's a sweet, sweet, sweet dream. Sometimes I'm almost there. Sometimes I fly like an eagle. And sometimes in despair. But sometimes I fly like an eagle. Like an eagle, I go flying high. Ooh.
Well, who knew? John Denver, huh? I miss John Denver. It's time for our offering. So as our ushers come forward, I invite you to get your offering in your hands and bless it. Infuse it with energy. Infuse it with the love that you give it with. Knowing that as a community, we practice the divine law of giving and receiving and activate that through our gifts. Knowing as we give, we receive, and we give from that place of our abundance, not from our lack. So we'll say our offertory blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. So let's just take a moment. Use that divine power of imagination to hold these gifts, seeing them surrounded and infused with love as it goes forth to fulfill our mission, which is to transform lives. And so it is. Amen. One announcement, the rest of them are in your bulletin, on our website, on our Facebook page. At the end of the month, Saturday, June 29th and Sunday, June 30th, we have 2 trainers coming in from Unity Worldwide Ministries, our parent organization, to provide a couple workshops on growing through change. This is stuff we promised we were going to bring in when we got closer to the move, which means we're closer to the move. So, yay! These are both professionally trained facilitators in this. So there's 2 of them coming in. I invite you to attend both sessions, and I'll provide lunch both days for that. So with that, I'm going to invite Chuck Fulner up, mostly because board president, he's been so instrumental in everything we've been doing, and I do want to honor the board, and I also want to honor the Generosity Initiative team. When I was at the Great Lakes face-to-face a couple weeks ago, one of the ministers there says, "I couldn't do that." And I said, "What couldn't you do?" She says, "I couldn't let go that much to have that many people doing that many things without me having to micromanage them." And I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm not stressed out and you are. Phil, drum roll. Okay, now everybody, drum roll. All right, so we have, right now, there's more coming in every week, so this number will expand. We have some people who are giving us some stock, so we have to wait till we get the stock and see what the stock's worth. We have some people giving us some other things, some insurance policies, and we have other people who haven't turned in their slips yet. But as of right now, we have 80 families who have committed $600,000 for the move. So first off, it's a testament to each and every one of you, because that's your commitment to the vision that we're creating together. I'm just really excited. I'm getting God bumps again. If you haven't signed the banner at the back, please sign the banner at the back. And there'll be cake downstairs afterwards, which is the most important thing. And let's go ahead and bring the kids up.
The light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. It's the light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. All through the night, I'm gonna let it shine. All through the night, shine. Through the night, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna the light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Good morning, everybody. We are this week, in all the ways it can look, in ways it doesn't look. So the kiddos are going to be bringing home once again, a little pamphlet that talks about what we're learning all month, that you can reinforce that. Working with the little ones. We have an affirmation this week. Who's my affirmation leader? Say that all together.
Expressing God's love right now. So, and can we just give the volunteers, please? All right, our prayer for protection and our peace song. Together, the light of God surrounds us. God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is.